of the night incident situation update.
Mike Olvery at Night Operations. So we had a quiet night last night, not many reports of any flare-ups or any situations. Up on branch 2, continued good work in there. All the secondary lines have been put in. They did have one tree come down and roll down the slope and get into the middle fork. They put copters on it immediately, and that situation is taking care of itself. Around the rest of the fire, continued mop up. Still have issues down in the pocket down there in branch 7. Still having flare-ups, that type of stuff in there around the structure, so we need to stay diligent in there. All these spot fires out here in branch 3 have been identified, so we need to go in and check those. No new spot fires yesterday, so that was good news. Continued mop up on Frequent City, starting to work in there and get the masticator in there and take care of some issues in there. Back around on branches 6, 4, there's continued mop up in there, and they're starting to identify islands that need to be cut out and started cutting out some, so that work is continuing.
Thank you. Validating our objectives. We're keeping the fire north of the Stanislaus River, south of Ridge, Sutter Creek Volcano, Pioneer Creek and Mill Creek Roads, and the North Fork of the McCalmey River, east of Highway 49, and west of the Stanislaus National Forest boundary. Weather.
Good morning, Terry Lebo, incident meteorologist. So this morning, we're starting out drier than we were yesterday. Our H's are about 20% lower than they were at this time yesterday. So that means that today, without any other changes, it's going to be 20% drier than what you saw when you were out yesterday. But today it's going to be a little bit warmer, so we can expect even more drying. I think RHs today will be solidly into the teens. The winds aren't going to be quite as bad as they were yesterday. Well, they'll be out of the west, maybe a little bit of northwest. In the range of 3 to 6, you may see a gust to 8, but otherwise it won't be very windy. As far as we have tonight, it's going to be clear overnight, sunny today, clear overnight, and the lows tomorrow will be a little bit warmer than what they were this morning, mid-50s, close to 60. Have a good, safe day.
Fire behavior.
Don Watt, fire behavior. So with those dropping humidities, we have recovered our fuels all the way back to where we were before the moisture came in. They'll be dropping down into that 4 or 5 range today. The biggest issue are going to be these pockets of fuel that are still green or they had the understory burn. The areas that had the understory burn out, they've been stressed, they've been pre-treated, now they're dropping their leaves, creating a new understory. So anything hot in there has potential to pick up, create new fire in those green islands down here, especially Frico City Road and around the structures. Be diligent about looking for those. If they get heat in there and start picking up that little column, their spotting distance will increase, which will have potential to go across Frico City Road. So keep your eyes open, watch the changing weather, and make sure you're looking on the outside of the line on the green side to make sure nothing's going across. Have a safe day.
Thank you. Safety.
Good morning, Robert Carter, Safety Officer Team 1. If you can turn to page 6, I appreciate it. We're going to have 4 safety officers assigned to the division, to the fire today. 2 of them will be on 24-hour shifts, the other 2 will be on 12-hour shifts. We're working on day 10 on this incident here. So over the last couple of days, the temperatures have been down, the RHs have been up, everybody's the fire behavior is diminished. It sounds like a good recipe for complacency, right? All right, so you've heard IMAT, you've heard fire behavior explained. Temperatures are going to increase, RHs are going down. Reburn. Don't allow yourself to become complacent out there. Make sure when you're engaging in any type of fire activity, you have the proper PPE on. And then additionally, 10 days into it, we're still getting complaints of driving. You guys are professional drivers. Drive like that. Have a safe day.
Thank you. Air operations.
Good morning, Dave Lopez, Air Operations. We have the same lineup today as we did yesterday, 3 Type 1s, 4 Type 2s, and 2 Helco ships. Air attack will be over the fire early this morning, and we expect to have Helco up most of the afternoon. We still have 2 air-to-ground frequencies. Air-to-ground command for the branches and divisions to have those long conversations, and air-to-ground tactical. That's for calling in water drops, for giving target descriptions. We're bringing the drops right where you want them. Remember that when you call, if you need drops and you call for air attack and he doesn't answer, try Helco. If you can't get either of them to respond, go to the Heli base. They'll get a Helco up right away. You know, we're not flying constantly. We're responding to those breakouts or any kind of flare-ups that occur in there. So just give them a shout and they'll be out there. Have a safe ship.
Thank you. Branch and division roll call as well as day work assignments.
Good morning, Barry Owens, Resource Unit Leader Trainee. Branch 1, 5, and 3 are being briefed in Amador. Branch 4 and 6, Branch Director Mark Higgins. Division Mike, Doug Jones. Trainee Tom Heimelrich. Division November and Papa, Brandon Gunn. Trainee Ryan Smith. Division Kilo, George Casario. Trainee Dave Spencer. Division Oscar, Keith Cummings. Branch 7, Troy Cheek. Trainee Stephen Ward. Division Quebec and Romeo, Clinton Hamilton. Group, Valley Structure Group, Pat Barrington. Contingency Branch, Chris Post. Suppressor Repair Branch, Adam Fries. Amador Division of the Suppressor Repair Branch, Roger Peterson. Ironstone Staging, Jake Schlegel. Scott Brown, Trainee. Branch 3, Branch Director Scott Packwood. Division India, Richard Dickinson. Trainee, Mike Hildebrand. Division Juliet, Sean Murray.
Thank you. Day assignments.
Good morning to everybody on the Incident Management Team on day off. We're all family, brothers and sisters, let's support them. Okay, up in Branch 2, Division Echo, we're still concerned about rollout down in the moat, in Middle Fork of the moat. We gotta keep an eye on it, close some lookouts to make sure nothing gets rolled out across the line. Moving down into Branch 1, correction. In India and stuff, we have a big hot spot in here on IR. We need to go in there, cut it out, clean it up. Moving down to Juliet Romeo in Quebec, a lot of houses in there that still have a lot of heat around them. We're gonna try to do some repop, but we need to get all that stuff cleaned up. That big island out there in that Valley Structure Group, that's a lot of work to cut that island out and make sure it's safe for people to come back in. Down the Frisco City Road, the IR map showing a hot spot outside the line. It's not verified yet. We need to go in there and verify it, make sure that there's actually not a spot sitting down there sleeping. We're gonna try to put some masticators in there and start cleaning that up, securing the road. Down here on the other side, Branch 4 and 6, we need to start cleaning that up, getting it ready for suppression repair. Hot spot, you know, they're mopped up a couple hundred feet in. We need to go in there and search and destroy all the smokes we can because they're visible. When the sun got on this yesterday, a lot of those islands started popping up. There's a lot of 20 to 30 acre islands in there, 5 acre islands next to houses near the line. That's going to concentrate on getting that stuff cleaned up today. Humidities are supposed to drop down in the single digits on Sunday. We don't want this thing coming down on us. We made some great progress. We don't want to lose what we got. You guys be safe out there. Also, zero tolerance for alcohol. Told you guys yesterday. We'll leave it at that. Thank you. Have a safe shift.
Thank you. Communications.
Tom Webb, Communications Unit Leader. No changes to the comm plan for today. We're status quo for the last few days. Just to remind everyone where the repeaters are. If you're up here in the north end of the fire, we're using Mount Zion. Tone 2. Command 9 on the other side of the fire, Blue Mountain. Command 33 right in the middle. And Command 41 down the south end here out of the base camp. Hey, we did get the cell tower up since your guys' last shift. If you have any, we're trying to get people moved over onto that and use that technology that's available. If you have an iPhone 6 or better, or a Samsung S5S or better, or one of the newer droids, come see us up in the comm unit. We'll get those advanced calling features turned on and you'll be able to take advantage of that technology and get some pressure off the other one. Thank you.
Thank you. Medical.
Good morning, Mike Myers, Medical Unit. If everybody could please turn to page 41. I'd like everybody to take a look at the emergency reporting procedures. We've made a change in there to the base camp emergency reporting procedures only. If you do not have a radio and you cannot reach comms on the radio in base camp only, we put the number directly to the comms trailer in there. You contact them by phone, and we follow the reporting procedures as you see there. We will have line medics out there today. We do have one correction though. We will not have line medics on branch 1 and 5 today. We will have them on 2. The 1 and 5 medics are now in Amador camp only. We have frontline here for your guys' needs for minor treatment and supplies as needed. Up near feeding, right next to the medical unit. We still do have the 24-hour ALS ambulance. We also have the 24-hour ALS and hoist helicopter still available. Branches and divisions, if you guys could please review the emergency reporting procedures this morning in your morning's breakouts. And it's heating up there again today, guys, so be mindful of your folks and their hydration. Thank you. Have a good shift.
Thank you. Logistics.
Good morning, Jesse Morris, Logistics. If you could please turn to page 54 and 55 in your IP, you'll find locations, again, for the fuel MKU supply, lunches, and water. The MKU is still open from 5 to 10 daily for breakfast and dinner. Fuel is located out in the engine parking lot as well as out on the line. And supply is still open from 6 to 10 daily. And on page 43 today, you'll find the 101 form for items that are left on the line. And again, you'll need a division group signature for those. And just also a reminder, the lunches, it's 1 per person. Those are 24-hour lunches. And for the division group soups, if you could please identify any excess supplies on the line or any trash that need to get backhauled as well as hose, and have them backhauled in. Please follow the traffic plan and park in the designated parking lots, and have a safe shift. Thank you.
Thank you. Finance.
Good morning, Rich Brown, Finance Section Chief. Suppression damage, becoming a big deal, folks. We need to get it recorded, so if you see anything out there, come in and stop by and see comp claims. Also, if you haven't turned in your agreements, you can't pay without those agreements, so please stop by the time unit. We're still looking for shift tickets and for our federal resources and our out-of-state resources. We have a federal timekeeper to help you out. Thank you.
Thank you. Information.
Good morning, Mike Mueller, Information Team 1. Just a few things. Again, I want to thank everyone. You keep hearing repop. Again, additional repop. I want to thank the strike teams and everybody out in the field. There's a level of frustration. Those residents are coming home, and then once they get there, you're speaking to them, they just need somebody to talk to. We've had several requests over the radio. Don't forget, I understand you have a job to do, but that community getting back in there is our most important part right now. So thank you, and don't be afraid to request a PIO out there. We've been working with law enforcement, the choke points as the residents come in, but there's a lot of work to be done on the community side as we repopulate. As far as social media, we talked about it. I talked about it the other day. Technically under incident, you're under CAL FIRE's media policy. I'm not going to put it in the IAP. It's about 7 pages, but I shouldn't have to speak about policy. We're all grown adults. We're all professionals. Don't put it out there if you have to even think about it. It probably shouldn't be out there, because I can tell you, not only does it impact the incident, but it impacts us because it's a third-party rumor, and I don't like spending half of our day trying to chase stuff down and comments and pictures. So please, police yourselves. It doesn't matter what patch you're wearing. Nobody knows the difference when we're out there. So please, please use some heads up on the social media. Again, we have mail down at the trailer. Pick up some fact sheets to take out with you. We have the information recovery hotline on there that you can give to residents to take it off of you, and we'll get somebody out there. And again, I just want to touch, I know most of you didn't see it. I'm a Packers fan, but don't give up on Peyton Manning if you heard about that game last night. So thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Liaison.
Good morning, Dave Schloss, Liaison Officer, Team 1. Cooperating and assisting agencies, agency representatives, public and private, please come see us if you have an issue or a concern. That's what we're here for. We'd like to take that with you and make things better for you. Immediately following this briefing up here on the stage, the restoration team and along with the recovery team will be meeting up here, briefing before going out in the field. And lastly, we will be having a cooperators meeting, Becky Thatcher Hall, Mid-Slope here in Upper Hills. Thank you, and have a safe day.
Thank you. from the training specialist on the incident. Continue to come in before you demob. You need to finish out your training packets to receive credit for this incident. Demob.
Good morning, Mike Crispino, demob unit training. Demob process is starting today. Check the list. There's around camp also use the QR code and record the time on the list.
Thank you. Our agency administrators, Chief White, and a special guest.
Good morning, everybody. Josh White, Tuolumne Calaveras Unit Chief and Agency Administrator for the Calaveras side. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce the Calaveras County Chairman of the Board of Supervisors, Cliff Edson, also my new best friend. I'm going to start that off that way and hopefully we'll see where this goes. Sure? Are you ready?
He's right about that. That's the way we started. I just wanted to come up and thank all of you folks, not just Cal Fire, but all the sheriff's departments and highway patrol, all of the folks that came to respond to our fire here in the county. We all know that you've been working your butts off and doing your best to help our residents and save our county, since about 1/3 of it burned. We certainly appreciate it. And I just wanted to also, I know that some of you, or many of you, will move from fire to fire. So that means you're not spending time with your families. So I'd like to thank your families for putting up with this as well. And I'm sure that most of you have very, very patient wives and kids, and it's a real sacrifice. So we at Calaveras County really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, some housekeeping items. So our breakouts are still up above. The contingency branch is going to be over here. We also have a suppression repair branch that's also listed out there within the breakouts. Divisions. Moment of pause here. So make sure you check the QR code for demob information. And our next operational briefing will be here tomorrow morning, 0700 hours, as well as up at Amador, and our planning meeting at 1600 hours under the Frogateria, with final closing comments from our incident commander.
Good morning. How are you guys doing? Two things I want to get to you here. Supervisors, I'd like you to, when you do your briefings, supervisors up there, when you do your briefings out in the field, do me a favor. We've been talking about our control objectives for quite a while. Could you do me a favor and go through the management objectives? We haven't seen those in a while. We haven't talked about them, but those are still very important to us. I want to make sure everyone understands the management objectives and what we're trying to accomplish here. The second thing is I want to thank you. As you've heard a couple times today, 10 days on this fire, not one reportable injury. Not one reportable injury. That's because you guys are doing your job. Good supervisors, good firefighters. So thanks for that. I appreciate it. Don't forget the buckets, because this isn't going to us. This is going to those who sacrifice this for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief. With that, you can unmute your cell phones, have a great shift, and make it to your breakouts. Thank you.